All right, we are live at Natick High School for the semifinal matchup of the East Longmeadow Spartans versus Walpole. 5:30 game at an alleged neutral site. I'm Jeff Morrow. I am with my co-host Josh Weiss on another LCAT Jamie Rook Don Mackey production here at a neutral facility. We've got 4 referees. We've got a beautiful night here, somewhere in the low 70s. Mostly cloudy. We're getting on here a little bit earlier than normal. The introductions have not been made yet, but this is a big semifinal matchup. Josh, what do you think?
Well, listen, I certainly expect, when we got down to the Elite 8 round, the 8 best teams were left. And I think that the game against Reading proved to be that. It was a nail-biter. It was an amazing game. And I think probably since they lost 12-11 to Walpole in the second game of the year, that this is very much going to be the same kind of thing. So I look forward to a great game.
Yeah, this is, for those of you at home, this is the second matchup between the Spartans of East Longmeadow and Walpole. They met very early in the season. Both teams have come a long, long way since then. So I'm sure they're playing differently. They're definitely, more, they're sharper than they were in the early season. They've really developed, figured their things out. And, we'll see how this one goes. We've got, we're going to got 4 referees that are walking out there now. It is a little bit windy here.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know we're up a little bit high here at Natick Stadium, but it is a little bit windy. You can see the flags blowing across the way. There's, I'd say there's probably a couple hundred fans here.
Yeah.
People traveling from certainly Western Mass for the Spartans, and quite frankly, right down the road for Walpole.
Right. It's 20 minutes away. And there is a pond over here. So I happen to go to high school here, so I know this area well.
Yeah.
There is a pond right on the outskirts of the stadium here. So you do get a little bit of breeze and you don't have a lot to hold it back. So that will potentially be a bit of an issue, but for both teams, obviously.
Yeah, I will say this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area of the state. It's a gorgeous high school. It's almost like a small college, small New England college when you look at it. Beautiful facilities, and I think both teams are ready to play. Walpole coming off of a win against Westwood that I heard was decisive in number. But it was very controversial in terms of from what I'm hearing. Okay. I heard a little bit earlier there were some complaints from Westwood about refereeing and calls, but I think you hear that all the time, so you won't know unless you go back and watch it. I think the Spartans coming off of probably the best high school game of the last decade.
It was amazing.
And just an amazing, amazing game. East Longmeadow, for those of you that didn't see the Reading game, they were down and grittily fighting the entire game. And then with 3 seconds left to go, MIAA Calabrese throws a strike to Megan Morneau, who was sprinting towards the goal and threw it into the back of the net for a 1-goal lead with 3 seconds left, and the game was over. An incredibly exciting edge of your seat finish to that game.
It's interesting because all year we've been a little bit worried about the fact that they haven't had close games. And I think they proved to us, right, that they were not only capable of handling it, but they withstood the pressure beautifully and executed Coach Moses' plan. Toward the end of that game, she handled that game plan beautifully, taking, really good timeouts when they were boxed in, and then working the clock down for that last shot. It was really masterfully done.
Yeah, I mean, today you're looking at two of the top coaches in New England, not let alone just Massachusetts or Western Mass. I mean, Moses has been an amazing turnaround to this East Longmeadow program, not just at the high school level, but also at the youth level, just getting kids excited. And then you're looking on the other side, you're looking at Mike Tassone, just a legend of a coach at Walpole, has one child who's a standout athlete playing for UMass, and another one that's, coming along the way. Just an amazing coach. He's been around the block a few times. Walpole, like East Longmeadow, in the semifinals last year and got knocked out. So one of these teams is going to make it through to the finals for the first time, I think, probably either in a long time. Certainly for East Longmeadow, it would be ever.
Question. Yeah. Do we know when the other game is?
The other game, the other semifinal is in play now. I think they started around 4 or 4:30.
Okay. and that's Hingham and Notre Dame Academy in Hingham. So certainly one of the teams from Hingham is going to be representing in the finals.
Yeah, I wonder where you find a neutral site when you have Hingham versus Hingham, but
anywhere else, I guess.
yeah,
right?
and I think the two coaches are actually sisters of those two teams.
Is that
So I
right?
think so.
Oh, wow.
I think so. I think you might have a sister matchup in that one. So certainly both teams know each other well in that semifinal. They have played each other as well during the season. Notre Dame Hingham coming out of victor over Hingham in that one. So we'll see if the rematch can get a different result in both of them. It's to be determined.
You know, we talked about the fact that they played each other in the second game of the year, and as you rightly pointed out, obviously they've both developed in different ways. I think one of the real keys to that game was the turnovers from East Longmeadow, and I think that's going to be presumably, another key tonight is to minimize those and take care of the ball in the defensive end in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big problem in the first game. We'll certainly hope that it's for East Longmeadow fans that it's not a problem in this game. Walpole has, I think, by far the fastest and most athletic team remaining in the Final Four. Notre Dame Hingham, obviously, I think has the best all-around talent year after year. But in terms of just pure athleticism, when you watch Walpole play, you'll see that their ride is unbelievable. They're very, very fast. They tend to be able to carry the ball through the midfield pretty cleanly and get themselves into the offensive possession. And we'll see if that ride of Walpole has the same level of success that it did in the first game, causing a lot of turnovers.
And if I remember correctly, in that game, they did press, right, pretty regularly on the defensive end. Or on their offensive end, our defensive end. Right?
They did. They pressure all over the field because they are so fast and athletic. They have the ability their players have the ability to take chances and then still be able to get back into position and still make plays. So we'll see how it goes. And now all the teams have been called, and I think we're going to take a little break here for the national anthem. So we're going to remain quiet here for a little while. Honoring all the veterans.
Thank you for your service to our country. Now, would you all please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor America. Those who have defended or are currently defending our freedom with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, the national anthem has been played. The girls are going to get their last-minute pep talk from their coaches. Coach Moses gathering her girls in a circle, giving their last-minute pieces of advice with assistant coach Liz Mazza. They've done an excellent job this season.
You know, it's really quite extraordinary. This is the second time in 2 years to make it to the Final Four of the state tournament. I mean, that's from a program that has really not been on the map at all. And so kudos to them, and I think to the development of the program in town.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Kudos to the girls. I mean, the coaches coach, the girls play, and the girls got to put in the work not only during the season, but in the off season as well. And many of these girls are from East Long Meadow, have really dedicated themselves and committed themselves to this team, even if they're not going on to play at a high level of college, or doing other things in college, or whatever the case may be, or even if they play other sports, they have really committed themselves to not necessarily making this sport a 4-season sport for them, but certainly a 2.5-season sport, playing a little bit more than they normally have. And now they've come out and they're, here they are in the semifinals of the state championship, Division II, which is for Massachusetts, the best division in lacrosse is Division II all around. There are obviously some great teams in Division I as well, but I think in the depth of the Division II talent certainly keeps up with any of the top teams in Division I.
Yeah.
So we're going to get started here. Megan Morneau on the draw with Addie Jordan and Kenna Marino in the circle. Getting, I think Coach Moses early on recognizing the athleticism and the speed of Walpole and putting, I would say, her fastest players, Lisa, on the circle.
Yep.
Number 4 for Walpole, Caitlin Naughton, is absolute rock star player. Certainly the best player for Walpole, very speedy. Midfielders, attacker, great dodger, good shooter, leads the offense for Walpole. First draw, ball is up, it's out, and Naughton has it, takes it from Morneau. They're getting it through the middle.
Is Naughton a senior?
No, Naughton is not. Naughton is a 2025, I believe. Naughton is a junior. Headed little long pass there. I'm not going to lie, part of that is the wind. We're standing up here, and the wind is blowing pretty heavy in that direction, and that one just kind of took off and it was gone.
So up to Taft.
And there it is. There it is right away. That's what you absolutely cannot have happen, are those quick turnovers on possessions. So now you see 2 possessions versus 1, and we didn't even get it outside the 30. Got to make sure of those passes. I don't think I need to repeat myself because I've been saying it kind of all year long.
Oh, good play there to knock that away by, I think that was
Give it
Allie
to Kenna
Thompson.
Marino is behind, and there it is. And Kenna is going to take this one.
And shimmy shake between them, which is exactly what she did the other day at the end of the game. And with her speed, gets it up. That little long pass there again. Got some nerves here to get out.
And this is now going to be a problem here as they come down and they attack.
Nice play there by Jordan to knock it away and slow it down temporarily, but that's going to be shooting space. Yeah.
They just can't turn the ball over. Yep. It's just got to be.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was drilled into their heads, but I think there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it's already 2. It's already 2.
Yep.
It's already 2. They haven't got the ball past the 50-yard line with 2 possessions, and the ride is already proving to be incredibly effective for Walpole, and that is going to be a first goal.
Yeah. So clearly got more care here without question, or this is not going to be.
I think a little nerves already. One, you got 1 turnover. I mean, we're talking high-quality players.
Right.
Taft has turned it over once. Kenna Marino dropped the ball on that pass from Taft. It wasn't a great pass, but could have been caught. And then Marino made a bad pass, really. Just had no business kind of passing that into a bunch of traffic. Yeah. Could have turned it backwards, I think, on that one. But we'll see.
Yep.
Early in this one, 1-0 Walpole, 10 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's interesting here. It looks like Walpole is going to try to draw this to the open space and then have Naughton use her incredibly quick speed to go get it. And Morneau is probably trying to toss it up in the air and use her height.
Yeah. Oh, and she does. Oh, all right. So there we go. Nicely done by Addie Jordan to scoop that, and by Megan to get possession there. Up to Moreno. Moreno's got 2 players on her.
Yeah, she's fine now. Yeah. Now we're in the offensive zone. We just need to slow it down.
Yeah. Pass to Thompson. Let's set it up here to Anna Mack. Over to Trulio behind the net.
There's nobody there.
Nope. Looking.
Take your time.
Yeah. Into Anna Mack. Looking.
Yeah. Get it over here to. I have to be honest. I kind of like Mack kind of down there.
Mm-hmm.
Diving here, taking your time.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
So goes left. Switches hands.
Yeah, and it's going to get herself an 8-meter there.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it looks like they are marking. They're marking. It looks like they're marking Megan Morneau with a player.
Yeah.
See here, this one's going to come back.
So it's actually not an 8-meter here. It's a 12.
Yeah, she wasn't.
It's Morneau into Moreno. Fake shooting space foul there. So thought she was going to let that go. But,
well, me too. And that's going to be on the goalie. She's just got to run it in here. I mean, honestly.
It's on the goalie. Ah, interesting. Okay, so she hit the post. Ellie Thompson follows it up with a great shot there. So heads-up play there by Thompson to scoop up the
scoop
rebound.
Up the miss on the wide-open net by Marino. I don't think she's going to be happy going back and looking at that one, but thankfully Thompson picked that one up. It's 1-1 now. Yeah. Wide-open net. It's now 1-1. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Looks like the coach is still. You'll hear. Yeah. You can probably hear on LCAT. The Walpole coach is a very good coach, but he's very, very loud, very, very active, constantly calling out to his players. He's He's always in a football. He's in the football crouch stance, like he's calling out a linebacker play all the time. This one goes up in the air.
Let's see. Looked like off of Marino's head. Whitwer gets it, makes a nice play to keep possession, spins, and
settles it down.
Good. Weiss gives Morneau the stick. Megan's coming up. She's got her stick up.
A
little behind Thompson into Jordan.
Yeah, it's just a bad pass. Bad pass by Thompson. Jordan was open, but it just was not really in a catchable, not really in a very catchable position.
Jordan gets called for a little penalty there. Up on the ride here. So let's see. Let's see if Weiss picks up number 27 for Walpole and slows him down for now. We got nobody on this player here coming through, and she's wide open in the middle. So there's a breakdown big time there where, they went to the corner. Jill Stevens went to the corner, and there was nobody that picked up the girl cutting through the middle. So again, looks like the Spartans are, getting their feet wet here in a way that they're going to have to, they've got to correct these things. Walpole's too good, obviously, to do this, but it's 2-1 with 7:56 left.
Yeah, it's early.
It's very early, so
it's early. I don't think
these things out of your system now.
Certainly, East Long Meadow hasn't settled down. Walpole seems to be doing just what it normally does. If you watch them on video, it's been pretty consistent. So we got Naughton versus Morneau here on the draw. I think the draw controls have been pretty much even so far.
So far, yeah.
This one goes up.
So Naughton up to number 3 for Walpole.
And Marino needs to get back.
Oh, nice play by Thompson to knock that away like she does so well. Beautifully done. It looks like she's going to kick it back to Holly. She does, Holly. All right, so we're definitely seeing some nerves here from the Spartans. So they got to settle in.
Wide open in the middle. That's Weiss's.
It looks like, all right, they've settled themselves back into a defensive posture here. Weiss is on number 3.
Doesn't look like Marino. It looks like Marino and Taft are really unsure of themselves kind of on that side over there.
Yeah, it does. Thompson nicely done on the defensive side there to keep her out. Good knockdown there by, I think that was Thompson.
Yeah, that's on Talia.
And
yeah, that's
Talia.
Okay. It's not.
Yep.
It's not.
It's not an 8 meter. Should be a 12, right? So they've just got to mark up here.
And it looks like we have Grace Howard is marking number 4, just covering her, trying to cover her kind of wherever she goes on the field.
Okay.
It looks like she's going to try to cut this one around.
So squirt out there. Weiss jumps out to head off that line. And Marino's up on number 2 for Walpole, surveying the scene to see if she can find an opening. As you said, Howard's on number 4. Weiss jumps out, gets picked, slides over. Good defense there by the Spartans to keep him out. Nicely done there by Talia. And Walpole's clearly being patient here, and most good teams are when it comes to this kind of thing. So Howard with a nice play to initially.
Oh boy!
And somebody's wide open there. So good job by Jill Stevens to get over there, but and number 9 is open in the middle. Nice play by Hannah Taft to knock that free. Picked back up by Walpole. Just weaving their way through and missed wide. And it looks like it's going to be Walpole's ball here.
Walpole controlling the ball here in this possession for sure. 5
Yeah.
minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So pass in again. It's a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, that's
And that's going to be on Hannah Taft.
Yeah, she's going to
go.
Yeah.
Yellow card. Looks like she got up too high. Yeah. So Spartans are going to play a man down here. Woman down.
Yeah, it was a shoot. She might have been a little high there. Hannah Taft is saying no, but we'll see.
Yeah. So
sort of how that goes. She's going to take a little break. It looks like it's going to be an 8-meter opportunity here from
the side slot here.
Yep. Going to have to get in there quick. She's going to definitely take it. She's got the speed to do it. So they got it here.
Good. Get in there. Nice job. Cut that off. Thompson out on number 23. Marino in, wide open there, off the post. It looks like I think Marino's going to get there. No.
Oh, this is a problem.
No. Yeah. There's nobody on her. So Addie Jordan comes and then throws it away. Too high. It's just not getting back to the back end here. So number 4 zooms past.
Yeah.
Grace Howard for and not much Jenna Hawley can do on that one.
Nope. Jenna Hawley made a couple good saves down there in the beginning. Good defensive pressure.
I think that defensively, so
we just have to get a possession. We have to hold the ball a little bit. I mean, I know we play fast, but it's going to be exhausting if we keep going down and turning the ball over and only having an offensive possession of like 25 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I would think that if you get another one of these kind of possessions, I think, Coach Moses is going to have to probably take a timeout and try to get the defense to kind of, they're a little frantic right now and scattered. And
they had, I don't know. Yeah, they had a good defensive stand there. They had a couple of chances to pick, they had one or two chances to pick up a loose ball. They didn't get it.
Yeah.
Walpole used their speed to get to the end line first in order to kind of maintain the possessions here. We're going to get Kenna Marino on the draw now to try and get some action here against Naughton. We've had 5 draws. They're kind of calling this out.
Morno's jockeying for position here. We'll see if she can get in. And the ref is keeping them in that position, attempting to get them.
Yeah, I think Naughton's going to try a self-draw here.
And Marino with a nice move there to get possession. Coming full steam ahead down the path here. She looks like she's.
Jesus.
I think that's a shooting space foul. Yeah. Looks like it. So. Okay. So opportunity here for the Spartans. 3-1 with 4:24 left in the first quarter. Again, I think they just got to settle in here.
Yeah, I mean, even that was it was just a bad, I don't even know if it was a shot, but if it was, it was a bad shot. I don't even know I'm not sure about that call.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if she can score with the goalie in.
It's a good move
yes,
there.
I like it.
Beautiful.
With the goalie in this time, makes it a little harder for herself, and she jams the low ball in there, gives East Long Meadow the spark that it needed. Kenna Marino wins the draw control, brings it down, gets herself a shooting space, and then uses her speed and agility in a nice low shot past the goalie. 3-2 Walpole, 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
I think one of the real keys, of course, to this is not giving the other side any kind of a run. If you can just come back after, a less than optimal play, that's what you want. You got to stay close like they did against Reading. They had a lot of moments in that game where they, had the opportunity. They were down by 3 goals. And so, I think those runs are the ones you just got to avoid. And if you can, you're going to be in good shape to stay close and then strike like they did the other day. So Marino on the draw again. Well done last time.
For sure.
And looks like Naughton's going to get that one. And Addie Jordan up to her, right around Jill Stevens, up to, nice. It looked a little, but they let that go.
Oh!
So.
3 was open.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if the Spartans can get themselves set. Allie Thompson on number 23. Out to 3, misses it. But Spartans couldn't jump out on
I'm not
that.
going to lie. I do agree with you. It just looks a little frazzled here.
Yeah. It's just, and again,
It looks a little frazzled on defense. They look a little bit lost.
Yep.
Oh, they're still. So
there's another player wide open in the middle. And great save by Jenna Hawley, but wide open, like point blank.
Yeah, but you got to remember they are a woman down.
Yeah, and that woman just came back on the field, so let's be clear about that. So Hannah Taft is back out there, and you're right, that's true. But there's just there is a little bit of a frantic nature to all of this at the moment. So. And there's a call by the refs.
Yeah, it's going to be on number 27.
Yeah, she has to be behind. Yep. So I think we're going to get this flip to Jenna.
No.
Oh, wait. Oh. So what was that call?
I think Jenna Hawley may have held the ball too long.
Oh.
Not sure.
Oh, number 3 is wide open in the middle. Knocked away or dropped, really, by number 3. Morneau picks it up. Trying to outrace everybody, and she's getting there, but she's got some speedy people on her. A little high pass.
No, that was not a bad pass. That's
a little high, but she should.
Yeah, Max got to grab that one.
Yeah.
But we're just seeing a disaster of turnovers by East Long Meadow, and somehow they're
only down a goal.
Somehow they're hanging in this. Yeah. This guy. The speed of Walpole has been a problem, and it's going to be a problem here.
The question is, they got to mark up and see who's got whom here, right? Because I think that's part of the challenge. But they settled in there. That's good. Way to kind of put up that wall for now. And again, it seems like, and you're right, they were down a man, so obviously that's going to be an issue. But they've still lost a couple of girls along the way here. So
yeah, I mean
that's a nice job by Thompson there to cut that off. Looking for an opening for Walpole.
They had one right there if the girl had just kind of taken it.
1:30 left in the quarter. Right into.
Yeah, Thompson just tried to steal that one instead of sealing.
Yeah.
Just tried to seal her off and leave her out there on the 8 meter, but she tried to kind of get the steal and she left the roll dodge open. And if you'll notice, I noticed a little bit on the video before. Walpole is very big on the roll dodge. They get in there, they duck down low, and then they kind of cut around the other way. So they're not big on the alley dodge, but they are on the roll dodge. They kind of roll back and cut back all the time.
Okay.
So it's 4-2, 1 minute and 25 seconds gone, or remaining actually in the first quarter. And it's been turnover city for East Long Meadow. And so far, I haven't seen any turnovers
I don't think I've seen anything from.
We've seen not an unforced turnover. We've seen one or two forced on great defense, but no unforced turnovers, and that's really been the difference so far in this first quarter.
Let's see if Moreno can get this. Goes up and looks like Jordan's got a beat on it and had it, but then dropped it.
Gracious.
These loose balls, it got to get
That is just a disaster of a.
Yeah.
We had that one in our stick.
Yeah.
And just couldn't pick it up. It was right there for the taking. And now Walpole has another possession with 1 minute remaining in the quarter. All likelihood going to hold it for the last shot.
Had a person, but then they close that off.
I'm lost as to who's in charge here on.
I guess I would just call the shooting space foul there. Didn't quite see that. It's a 12 meter.
It looks to me like Thompson.
Oh, good play there by Morneau to knock it through. And no, they're going to call I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one either.
That looks pretty good.
But I'm not going to lie. It looks to me like Thompson and Weiss don't know what they're doing. They look a little lost in the middle of that zone right now. They're not kind of sure where they're supposed to be. This would be a big stop here if we can get it.
Oh, good play there by Jordan to knock that back out.
Oh, can't leave her.
And nope, quick save there. 10 seconds left in the quarter.
See
if they can hold them off here. Wide open in the middle, but looks like we're going to survive that. And Morneau smartly just tosses it out to end the quarter. So the Spartans survived 4-2 at the end of that quarter. Not bad considering that they did not play well.
Yeah.
So let's put that in the bank for now and say they could play a whole lot better than that. And I think that's what Moses is going to talk to them about right now.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, slowing. I don't want to say slowing things down because East Long Meadow doesn't play that way, but it's just slowing it down when they're under pressure, not rushing under pressure.
Yeah.
Take your time, get the ball into the offensive zone.
Yeah.
But it's really been a problem from basically between the 30s again, just like we saw in the first game.
Yeah.
We're seeing the exact same thing. The ride and the speed of Walpole and the aggressiveness on the ground balls has been the difference really in the first quarter.
I do think that they're on offense. There's definitely been some scenarios where it has not been crisp passes, and then I think on defense, as I said, it looks frenetic to me. It looks like that people are losing their girls as they're coming through, and that's the only thing there is that can be corrected. It's just a question of marking up and like they had a couple of girls that were right behind the net all alone. And the question is how that, where are you going with that? How'd that happen? I mean, as one scenario when Hannah was out, right. So you're down a person, get it. But the rest of that on offense, those possessions, it looked like they were not as in sync as they normally are on defense. And listen, again.
Yeah,
I think,
and a couple of tough passes. So
right.
a couple by Marino, one Morneau. Addie, your star players really. Jordan didn't pick up a ball.
Yeah.
The draw control. The draw control actually has been pretty much
even.
about even so far.
Yeah.
There've been 7.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably 4-3 somebody.
Yeah.
I just think as this game goes on, the defense is going to get very tired if the offense only has 30-second possessions.
Well, and I think we saw it in the Reading game too, which I don't believe was not on Ellicott, but we began to get some of those loose balls, and we're not doing that right now, right? That we've got when those 50-50 balls are out there, we got to come up with more of those.
Yeah, and Walpole's probably thinking we're up 4-2, and we're dominating this game. And their star player, I mean, Grace Howard has been face guarding. Caitlin Naughton has apparently been doing a stellar job. I don't know if Naughton has a goal. If she does, it's probably one. But we haven't been really calling out her name. She hasn't been dominating the play like she can very easily do.
Yeah. And I do think Moreno's doing fairly well on the draws here. I think it's about even since she's come in. Just note some substitutions here for the Spartans. So Miana Calabrese's in, as is Sabina McKechnie for Anna Macarini and Angelina Trulio. So Moreno on the draw again, and I'm looking for them to settle in here. It just doesn't feel like this. We've seen Spartans lacrosse at the moment, and I think you'll see it. You'll know it when you see it, and the only key is to make sure that it happens sooner rather than later, so you don't get further behind.
Yep. And we are off. We're going to have a draw control. Marino against Naughton and Morneau.
It looks like Marino's going to get there, or nope. No. So play there by
Walpole. And now you see what happens. I mean, they are just absolutely flying down here.
Yeah. Nice. So. Looks like that's going to be Spartan's ball.
Yeah.
Good job there by Addie Jordan.
She just really stayed with it.
Yeah,
she
did. Just persistence for sure. So Hannah Taft got to get it back to. Nope. Knocked away by Walpole.
Hannah Taft cannot do that. We cannot have those turnovers.
No.
It's really just super unnecessary. There's no need for plays like that. I mean, she's been playing great defense back there all season, but the passing has got to change. Yeah. That's two by Taft already, and we're only slightly into the first quarter, slightly into the second quarter. And those are devastating because Jordan worked and there's Thompson again, just got caught.
Oh, great save by Holly. Missed by Walpole, by Naughton.
Thompson's getting beat by her girl. I think she's trying to go for the steal a little bit, and she's just getting beat on speed.
Yeah.
Through the middle.
We've got number 18 open. So. Nicely knocked away there by Thompson.
Jenna, you can come out of your crease and go get the ball, girl. Go get it. You don't have to stay in your crease.
It looks like it's going to be Spartan's ball.
I don't know. That one's
not out of bounds? No, I guess not. Okay, so they beat the ball to the sideline and have to reset here. So.
But this is what I'm talking about. It's just exhausting. I mean, here she goes, right? Using their speed and their agility.
And they're, it's interesting because Walpole's getting a little sloppy here. So Taft drops it, trying to you got to pick the ball up here.
Gotta pick the ball up, man.
Yep.
She's got to pick the ball up. It's right there for Taft. It's right there for Marino.
Yeah.
You got to grab the ball.
Yeah.
It's just really difficult. We're just we're just giving up possession after possession after possession after possession. And it's gonna at some point it's gonna become incredibly costly and exhausting.
Yeah.
The defense is gonna be just incredibly tired, and they're just gonna be out of gas.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good D there by Megan Morneau. Walpole swings it. Weiss pops out. Ball's knocked free. Up right to a Walpole player. Passes back, surveying. Number 3's in.
Yeah, and there it is. It's just they can't. It's just exhausting.
Yeah,
it's exhausting.
Yeah.
I do think Moses may need to call a timeout over here at some point. But Marino is not having a good game. She's
and again
struggling.
3 or 4 opportunities.
Yeah, she's struggling to
pick that up.
Yeah,
and not getting there. So
she's doing great on the draw control, but just got we got to get our players playing the way that they can. I mean, she's an absolute rock star of an athlete. She's one of the best players on the team.
Yeah.
But our defense is absolutely exhausted right now. They look. I mean, you can tell by kind of how they're holding their stick. They're just very tired, very down.
So 5-2 Walpole with 9:13 left in the second quarter. Let's see if the Spartans can get possession here and work it down and give their defense a break, because they could use it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do need a kind of like the Reading game. We need a draw control win.
And that's a nice job there by Kenna Marino, who, as you've said, has done well on the draws. She's
done
just
great.
Got to settle down a little.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now we're settled in. Over to Mac Whitwer.
Okay. So
Whitwer has it.
I think you got to get Addie Jordan more involved here, right? I mean, we just have not really seen her penetrations the way we normally do. Little pick there from Jordan for Morneau. And a pass in that got away, but Calabrese tried to make a spin move and dropped it.
Just another turnover.
Yeah. So Walpole with possession, trying to get out of their zone.
I mean, there's not a player on the team that hasn't had a turnover for East Long Meadow. I don't think anybody who's touched it. There's either a missed ground ball or a bad pass or a bad catch from every single person on the team so far.
Yeah. So up to midfield here, looking to pass up, gets it up to number 20. Can't quite see the number here.
I mean, they're just too far out. They've got so much speed.
Yeah, you got number 2 coming in. Weiss picks her up.
23 is going to be wide open.
And Weiss slides. But again, there's the question of picking up these girls earlier on is sort of the key. And there still seems to be a little bit of confusion around that.
They look lost.
Yeah. Knocked away there by Weiss / Taft. Weiss gets the ball, looks around, surveys. Back to Holly. Holly grabs it and settles it down. Dangerous pass there from Talia. But we've got possession. We got to see how, and she's going to have to get rid of it. And lost possession again there from 5 seconds, yeah? All right, Walpole's ball. Not quite sure there why. So I thought that you could lay it in the crease and the player could come get it, no? So I'm not quite sure, but either way, they lost possession there. And try to make a move here by Walpole, number 3, coming around the corner. Headed off.
I mean, you see that, yeah. Good play by Stevens right there to use her power and her speed.
Missed. Good opportunity there from Walpole. Great save by Jenna Hawley. Over to Kenna Moreno, who makes a move. Gets around, looking for some help, gets pushed.
Oh, my God.
And then just throws it away.
Throws it.
We'll see if anybody can get there. And Mac Whitwer's fighting for it.
Yeah, it's just throwing the ball away all over the field.
Yeah. So
we're just going to have to get either Jordan. It looks like it's going to have to be to get that ball over the midfield line. It's going to have to be Jordan. It's going to have to be Jordan or Morneau. I don't think there's anybody else. Their speed has just been absolutely devastating to East Long Meadow so far.
And just again, I think there's loose balls that we're not getting. We're out of sync here, and I think Moses is going to bring them all out there and talk to them, and in a way that I think they need it right now. They've got to settle down. This is just a frenetic pace on their end that does not have any kind of coherence or consistency to it. So their only real hope is to settle in here and get back to playing Spartan lacrosse.
Yeah. Yeah, Moses is literally lighting up the defense right now, absolutely just lighting them up and explaining to them what they need to do in order to get this. I mean, this is the most. East Long Meadow has had a lot of turnovers in games. This is unprecedented number of turnovers. I bet you their turnover ratio is, I'm going to say 75. Maybe I'm going to go 75% with 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I mean,
and honestly, miraculously, they're down 5-2 because it could be that could be a whole lot worse. Listen, we have to sort of what that was with the goal, because I don't quite understand why they lost possession.
Well,
there.
Holly can't do that.
Okay,
she obviously.
Why is she?
I don't know the rule, but obviously.
Right, but
Holly's the goalie. You
Because
can't be confused if you're the goalie. You've got to know the rule about what you can do, and she clearly couldn't do that. You didn't even see Moses sort of complaining
Moses was
about
actually
that.
arguing with the ref.
Yeah,
when she did it.
There was no argument on it. You just absolutely cannot do that. So whatever that happens to be, they cannot do. And we're very, very tight on our passes. The pressure of Walpole is.
It's
unbelievable.
Certainly having a dramatic impact.
It's the difference in the game.
Yep.
They're putting so much pressure on the ball wherever it happens to be.
Yeah.
That East Long Meadow isn't able to handle it. They don't have quite the athleticism in terms of speed that Walpole has.
But I think to your point that you made earlier, I think right now the best thing that you can do is get the ball into your veteran players' hands and have them settle everybody down.
Well, I think originally it was going to be Marino, but she's having trouble getting it through transition because honestly, part of it is she's got nobody to pass to, and as fast as she is, the girls from Walpole are faster, and they're just converging on her, and she has nowhere to go with it.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't even know what that I don't even know what that was.
Yeah. So I'm coming right out of that. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but clearly, not what you're looking for coming out of that timeout. So, all right, 6-2, 5:58 left. They're going to need a momentum shifter here. We need a good possession and a score to kind of settle everybody down and get a hold of this thing before it gets out of control.
Yeah, it's really starting to spiral.
So that's what they need.
5:58. We now have Addie Jordan trying herself on the draw control again's Naughton. Although the draw control hasn't been the problem.
No, it hasn't. It's been
East Long Meadow's not dumb.
Yeah. A nice play by Morneau to knock that away. Jordan's got the ball racing down the side. 2 Walpole players on her, but she's got possession coming around, looking to make a play, gets hit from behind, spins through and gets it out to Morneau to set it up. So into Whitwer.
That was baller.
Yeah. Knocked away, and then it looks like Sabina McKechnie is going to get possession there. It looked like on a grounder there. It was on the ground and an attempt to bring the ball in. What do we have here?
Not sure. Clock is stopped. 5:23 remaining.
That ended up on the ground. It looked like a Spartan tried to just bat it into the net and missed the net. So I think Morneau's going to now take it. McKechnie shifts over with her. So we'll see here. I don't know. Why is it? Not sure why it's Walpole's ball here. No explanation here as to why that was the case. Are they saying that wasn't a shot?
I don't know.
Apparently they must have, but I don't understand that one.
I will say this. I will say this. If I were East Long Meadow, I would just give this up altogether. I would just go back and set myself on defense because this is exhausting. And
So call there on Jordan. Some of the East Longmeadow fans certainly didn't like that.
But this is what's happening. I mean, look at her; she's just flying down.
Yeah, and
they're leaving too much space here with all this speed.
Yeah.
If you see what I'm saying,
Yeah,
if I were East Longmeadow,
nice
good
play by
there.
Taft, and she just knocked down, but it's going to be Spartan ball.
Why is she giving it to Taft? Marino should have grabbed that ball.
All right, gets it over to Marino. Marino's got looks like she's going to make a move or a try. She's got 1-on-3. Over to Jill Stevens. Jill up to Hannah Taft. And Taft looks, runs with it, gets it to Mac Whitwer. Nice catch by Mac, backhanded. Mac breezes past the Walpole defender and looking to get set up here. Over the top there, and there's a penalty on Walpole. Reset here for the Spartans. So, see if they can get themselves set up. But we're up to Thompson. Thompson's looking to try to make a play here. And probably not a bad idea to take their time here and get a good shot. Fakes it to Jordan, keeps possession, looking around, gets it out to Miana Calabrese. Calabrese looks, gives it to Jordan. 3:40 left in the second quarter, 6-2 Walpole. Moreno to Sabina McKechnie. McKechnie pushing out on her to Mac Whitwer. Mac makes a move, gets hit, and that's going to be a 12-meter, I believe, or
no,
8.
that should be inside the 8. Yeah,
Okay.
That's inside.
We need a play here from Mac. No, it is a 12-meter.
Oh.
So we'll see if we can get a cutter in here to get closer, or if Mac can get her way in there. She gets it in. Pat tried to pass to Thompson, missed it, forced in there by McKechnie and thrown away. Walpole, another turnover there.
And look at it, just their speed is on.
Yeah.
They can't do it, and now East Longmeadow's in trouble. This is going to be a goal in all likelihood.
Well, and you got somebody wide open on the other side, and so that transition. You're right. The transition, they're going to have to give up on any kind of pressing here and just pull people back because they're just getting. They're
just getting out athletic.
Yeah,
is the best way to put it. And in all honesty, we don't have the ball in the sticks of the girls that the ball needs to be in the sticks of. Morno didn't touch the ball in that possession. Jordan barely touched the ball in that possession.
Well,
you got your two best players, and then a bad pass as it's going to Thompson, who couldn't get that one in her stick. It wasn't a great pass. It's just it's very inefficient right now. Down 5 goals, and it doesn't. I'm not seeing anything that suggests that the bus is about to turn in the other direction.
Yeah. So again, a good possession will do that, but we've got to get something going here and change momentum. So knocked up. Moreno picks it up, sprinting down the field. Looks like an opportunity here. Gets the ball knocked away.
Of course, why not?
Yeah. And the battle for it. Marino working for Mac Whitwer there. Marino knocks it away, kicks it back to Thompson, and they both thought the other was going to take it, and neither got it.
And this is all likely going to be another goal as well.
Well, let's see.
Because they're not stopped. They got to stop the ball.
Yeah.
And look at this. There it is. Shooting space. Thank God it's just
space.
Shooting space. They can't get back.
As you said, I think you're going to have to change the strategy here. Otherwise, this is going to get further away.
It's already spiraled, unfortunately. Well, it's turnover city.
Yeah, but there's a long way to go.
Your best players, your best top players are not playing good right now.
Cut in there by Walpole. Working it around. They're playing very well on offense.
I think in the second half, I mean, that is just what is Weiss doing? Just leaving that Weiss and Taft just leaving that completely wide open in that gap right there, giving up all that space.
Yeah. So,
and this
8-meter for number 2 here. Good play there by Addie Jordan to knock it free. Jenna Holly's got the ball.
Why is Morno running away from the ball? That's what I don't understand. We need this.
So Jill Stevens back to Holly.
No, Holly. There we go.
Up to Hannah Taft. And Taft loses balance, drops the ball. So not much going right for the Spartans right now. There's no question about that.
How about nothing?
Yeah, well, basically. And right in and on the doorstep, another goal for Walpole. Spartans are going to have to do something quickly here because it's starting to slip
this
away.
is an absolute disaster. I think now Moses is going to finally call Morneau over and say, just go get the ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, 8-2 Walpole with 1:14 left in the half.
I mean, on any take up, they just need to give the ball to Morneau, let her take it. If they do catch up to her, which they will, at least you know you're not, at least in most likely chance, you're not going to get a bad pass. You're not going to get a bad decision. You're not going to get a bad turnover. But East Long Meadow simply cannot get the ball out of the defensive end. No chance. They've had not a single, not once have they gotten it out of there.
And they're on the, after their offensive possessions are ending in turnovers, they're getting caught back, right? And they're not able to get back because of the speed of Walpole. And that's going to be a penalty on Jordan. So here's where the frustration's going to set in, and so you got to settle it down here. But
it's definitely a frustration penalty, no doubt about it. It's definitely a frustration penalty, and this is what I don't like. I mean, East Long Meadow needs to be back. Well, I guess these are the offensive players, but they've got to be back on defense, setting up because. And there's no point in even being out on the 10-meter. They're just too fast. Just stay right on the 8-meter.
Yeah.
Just defend your zone.
Nice play there to collapse down, but you got a player wide open. Nice save by Holly. 53 seconds left.
And by the way, Naughton just literally followed through and hit Morneau in the face. Her glasses came off, and she's getting a yellow card.
So.
And a little bit of frustration for Naughton there too. A woman up, she hasn't had her opportunities, and so I get it. I get it. She's been face guarded the entire game.
Yeah. And that's okay. That'll help a little bit. Any little bit helps here. Why they're sending her back, I don't know. Guess she didn't wait for the whistle. Anyways, 44 seconds left in the quarter, in the half. 8-2 Walpole. Why the clock was running, I'm not sure. They should really put some time back on the clock if they're going to send her back.
I think they are trying to do that. They did.
Yeah, so they put 5 seconds back. So there's 47 seconds left to see if the Spartans can get anything going here before half. Morneau coming, getting pushed, gets past 3 Walpole players, sprints down the field. Let's see if she can make something happen here. Makes a nice move, another cut in, pushed. That could be another yellow. No,
I don't know. That
was pretty violent there.
How is that not an 8-meter?
Yeah, I don't know how that's not an 8-meter either.
How is that not an 8-meter?
I don't know.
Oh,
over to Moreno. Looking. Scott Thompson. Good pass in.
It's not a good pass. No. It's a bad pass.
Well, it was there.
It was behind her. It's a bad pass. It's behind her. Now they're in deep trouble again.
Well, 17 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, of course. She's gonna just fly on down.
Knocked away there by Grace Howard. Good job. Up to Jill Stevens. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get a whole lot done here. Angelina Trulio's got it. She's fired in. And nothing.
Yeah, just a really bad first half by East Long Meadow. Hopefully they can turn it around second half.
Yeah.
Lowest number of goal output that I've seen in all season long, with 2 in the first half, and just really disappointing. A long way to come, but they've got to try to pull it together and get some energy. And I think they've just got to get the ball into the sticks of the best players for East Long Meadow and just see what they can do, because it's not that I'm not going to say the team effort isn't working, but they're not able to transition the ball, and so we're not able to get the ball into the hands of our best players. So we'll see. We'll come back in 5 minutes for the second half.
So we live? Okay.
Well, we are back for the third quarter. 8-2 to Walpole. Absolute and pure domination
Yep.
for a full 2 quarters.
Yep.
Kenna Marino had a goal on an 8-meter. I'm not even sure how the other goal was scored. Do you remember?
Allie Thompson knocked in the rebound on the
on the
8-meter.
wide open shot.
Yeah.
So really, there's been nothing from the offense of East Long Meadow, and that's in part because they have either turned the ball over in the offensive zone or just haven't gotten it there.
Yep, so many turnovers.
This is a record number.
Look, they've got one chance here, which is get a hold of the game, start to play their game, get a goal or two early to get back in this. It's 6 goals, which is amazing based on how poorly they just played. You got a whole half to get there, so let's see what happens.
Yep, you can't score 6 goals at once, Josh.
No?
Nope, you got to do it. You got to do it.
2 quarters. So.
You do. You got to do it one at a time.
Right, so let's do one. Morneau flips it up. Kenna Moreno grabs it and enters the offensive zone. And that's what you need as a start.
Oh, my God.
Very bad pass there by Kenna Moreno.
Another one. That's about her 5th turnover in this game.
Yeah, that was not
just
what they needed
absolutely devastating. Why are you throwing it down there? Put the ball into the stick of Megan Morneau and Addie Jordan when you're in the offensive zone. How does it not get in their stick?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got to get to your best players right now. And
it's
got
just
to take over.
Very, very costly mistake right there. I mean, a chance to get a little momentum going, and you get into the offensive zone and you just chuck it into the end zone.
Yeah.
Time to pull it together here, Spartans. You got to get a little bit, and they're not going to do anything. Walpole is just going to try to drag. If I was Walpole, this is what I would do too.
Well, Addie Jordan's back on the field now.
Yeah, so you're just gonna drag East Long Meadow out like this, and then you're gonna use your speed to attack, right?
Yeah.
Once East Long Meadow gets this far out, this is all. They're just gonna hold the ball here all day. This is why that first possession was so unbelievably.
Yeah, and then Walpole gets Naughton back. I think part of that was also to get her back on the field.
Probably.
So they're starting their attack here. We'll see if the Spartans can hold on defense. They definitely look a little more organized at the moment, which is a good sign. We'll see if they can stay with that. Weiss picks up number 23 cutting across and deters her from going further. Walpole's slowly working their way around. Kicks it out to number 3. Megan Morneau jumps out on her. Working it through.
Kenna Marino.
Missed her player there, and she gets right past her. And fires it down into the corner.
Just not on the A game here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 9-2 Walpole with 10:05 left in the quarter. Absolutely not the start that the Spartans needed. So let's see. We're gonna keep at it. Looks like Addie Jordan's gonna be on the draw here against Naughton. And Grace Rapold has come in for Hannah Taft on defense. So let's see what we can do. Every draw now becomes more and more crucial.
They've got to win. They've got to get on a draw run.
Yeah.
9-2. It's just an absolute blowout. Absolute blowout. Possession percentage has been 90-10, I'd say, in terms of possession control.
Naughton grabs it after the draw and
look at it.
Throws it away. Weiss tries to pick it up, gets knocked out of her hand to Rapold. Rapold gets it, and it looks like it's going to be. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why Walpole got that. Looked like okay. It's Walpole's ball. All right, so shifting over, see what Spartans can do with this on defense. Walpole's looking for an angle.
Oh.
Got number 3 open, cutting through.
And that's Marino again. Marino's just having a really tough game up there.
Yeah, yeah, and getting too close to, way too many good opportunities in there. And the bottom line is, the girls are losing their players as they're cutting through.
Yeah,
And
they really are.
the athleticism is absolutely giving them a problem, and they haven't seen this all year because they've been the most athletic team all year. And they're
but they
they're
should have known from the last game. Really, they
Sure.
they should have known. I mean, really, that this was kind of.
But it's interesting because that went into overtime, and maybe there was a false sense of confidence there that they, but obviously both teams are different.
Well, clearly
from that game.
Walpole.
Yeah.
Well, East Long Meadow's not different. They were different all season, but they're definitely different today. They're even turning the ball over even more than they did in that original game.
Oh, a lot more, yeah. I mean, they're just not playing. All right, Addie Jordan on the draw. Looks like, she's going to keep possession there. We obviously have not seen this at all from the Spartans. So, spin move by Jordan. Looks she's got Morneau. Low pass. She tracks it down. Morneau looks to see what she can do here.
Let's see.
Whitwer's looking maybe to set a pick. Looks or a pick and roll. Nice move there by Morneau. Drops it on the transfer to see if she could get it. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson behind the net. Over to Morneau. Morneau's looking to Whitwer. Whitwer's looking for perhaps a pick and roll into Morneau. There it is, and she scores. Nicely done there. 10-3 Walpole. That's a good possession, and we need another one. This is going to have to be repetition over and over again, and it starts with the draws. So let's see if Addie Jordan can do it again, or looks like Allie Thompson's going to take this draw this time. So we'll see how this goes, and we've got Jordan and Morneau on the circle to get in there quickly and try to scoop up the ball from the draw. Need that athleticism at this point for sure. And that's what I'm guessing Moses is going for. So Morneau behind the player and going to get a little bit of a running start. It looks like.
I think, both these players like to do a self-draw, so it should.
Just shot it right to number 3 for Walpole. She speeds past Morneau, which is not an easy thing to do. Cuts through to Naughton. Naughton, nice play there. Good play there by Weiss to knock it away. Gets it up to Addie Jordan. Nice play there. She's looking at, she's going to keep it and see if she can get past number 8. She does. Addie Jordan straight on, fires it into the corner. 10-4. Again, one at a time. You got time, plenty of time, 8 minutes left. So you've got to change the momentum, and they're doing it, but it's going to take a lot of work. Keep it up. Listen, one at a time. You said you can't score 6 goals at once. You can do this one at a time.
Well, East Long Meadow still down 6.
Yeah, I know.
Is that the same what it was at the half?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well,
but
4
there's
minutes
8 minutes
gone
here, and we got another 12. I'm going.
Let's see if we can get a draw control right now. Naughton's having a day.
Yeah.
On the draw. East Long Meadow's tried everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried Marino, Morneau, Thompson, Jordan.
I'm thinking,
and hasn't been horrible.
No, it hasn't. It as you said. I mean, they have an advantage on the draws, but it's not dramatic. It's the turnovers. We know that. We can see it, right? But Thompson, nice play there by Thompson. Gets it knocked away,
and then gets it taken away.
And that's too bad because that again. So, all right, Walpole on the attack. Let's see if Grace Raypole can stymie. She does. Megan Morneau pops out.
Oh boy.
All right,
who's
over
covering?
to Naughton. And okay, so right now they're settled. Let's see. It looks like Walpole's looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, Walpole tends to keep the ball up top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And cut across. Interesting look there, all the way across. Play there by Weiss. Nice play by Thompson to knock it. You got to get that ball. Weiss scoops it up and loops around and gives it to Holly. Good play there by Weiss to
I don't
win
know about that.
You don't know about what? Okay, over to Morneau. And I think we're clearly going to see this kind of a thing. Okay, and Morneau gets stripped and hit, and it looks like it's going to be Spartan ball.
It is, yeah. Yep. That's what. Yep. This is what's going to happen. Don't pass it.
Up to Marino.
No!
Marino up to Allie Thompson. Thompson up to Addie Jordan. She's got some space. She turns on the jets. Walpole player comes to meet her. She spins, She looks.
No.
She's got Angelina Trulio fires it out, but Anna Max there for the possession keeper. Anna Max spins in, comes in quickly, looks. Goalie goes down. Anna Mack throws it in the goal. So it looked like the goalie just fell down. 10-5. Walpole. Here we come. Slowly, slowly. Listen, you never know.
You never know.
Just never
Slowly
know.
but surely. Slowly
We're
but
beginning
surely.
to play lacrosse after 2 full quarters, right? So let's see. And that certainly wasn't the crispest of possessions, but they stayed with it, right? So
Right. But you
kudos.
saw, I mean, when
Yeah.
East Long Meadow can actually get the ball into the offensive zone,
Yeah.
they have been relatively successful once they're there. They just have had a problem getting there.
That's right. But what you're seeing, right, is on these last couple possessions, it's Morneau, it's Jordan. That's what you're going to have to do to get back in this game. It's got to be in their sticks because they're the ones who can carry this forward with a calm head, right? And we're going to
get a redraw.
Like a redraw.
Yeah, I agree. You've got to have possessions where the ball gets into the stick of Morneau and Jordan. If nothing else, I mean, they're going to open things up.
Yeah.
They help create space for other people.
Yeah. But they're the leaders of this team, and this is where leadership comes. You step up now because you need it, because your season's on the line, and they're within striking distance. It's not easy. I'm not saying it is, but I'm also saying it's not impossible. So we got 2 Spartans on the right-hand side of the draw. See if Thompson can kick it that way, and she can't. Naughton wins the draw right back to number 3. Jordan in pursuit, swings it down to the corner. And this is where the defense is going to need to step up. It's been a little better recently, but again, going to stay with it. So
I don't know. Thompson was kind of like, I don't know. Thompson looks lost down there right now. It looks like the center is kind of a weird spot.
So cut through there, and
I'm just not so. I'm not sure what was happening there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that was a pick, but like Morneau got behind her player just a little bit. And, and then I don't know whether Holly, it looked like Holly didn't.
It's hard to tell.
She flinched because it looked like almost like she didn't even see.
Look at Morneau's going to the refs on this right here.
And going to say something because I think she got pushed because she typically doesn't lose her player down there. So anyways, all right. 11.
And she typically doesn't never goes to the refs.
Yeah.
She knows better. But in any event, let's see what happens here. Thompson,
something
I don't know.
With working the refs.
Absolutely nobody's had success on the draw yet. So I think we give Thompson one more try and then probably going to have to circle back, right? We're back up to a 6-goal lead, 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
And Naughton just having a day on the draw circle. Right now, it's starting to become a little bit more dominant.
A little more, yeah, for sure.
And 19 draws, it's probably 12-7 right now.
I honestly think I would probably go, if we don't win this draw, I think I would go back to. So that's Spartan ball. I think I would, well, anyways, let's see. All right, so Thompson on the move, gets around the corner, and they're going to set their offense up over to Whitwer.
Get the ball to Jordan. Get the ball to Jordan. There we go.
Okay, so Thompson's got her stick after the draw from Weiss. Jordan fakes, makes a move, makes another move. She's got 4 players on her,
and then
kicks it and throws it back out. And we'll see if there's a battle for it. Who's going to get there? And it looks like Walpole.
We had 4 girls on there. 4.
Yeah.
And we didn't get the ball.
Yeah. And that's key.
Just another bad turnover. Just kind of Jordan was trying to sneak her way through. I'm sure she's frustrated. Hasn't had really any opportunities in this game.
Yeah.
And probably tried to sneak her way through there. Got double teamed, triple teamed, quadruple teamed, and then tried to pass it to open space. And there was just nobody there. Just kind of threw it away. But that's here.
There's 2 people.
I'm lost. I'm lost on defense as to what is actually happening.
Well, there was 2 girls there, and there was 1 Spartan. So somebody's missing out on their assignment. And then we got a swing over. Jill Stevens was looking behind. All right, let's see if Grace Rapole can keep that. And then I think I don't know. It looks like Morneau lost her player there.
I'm not. That's the question that I'm not sure of as to whether that.
But
is Morneau's or whether that's the cutter,
in.
but it could be Morneau on that one, I think.
Well,
not sure.
Slipped in behind either way and was wide open there. So back to a 7-goal lead here for Walpole as East Longmeadow was beginning to change the momentum a little bit. Looks like Addie Jordan is on the draw. Going to change it up, which I think makes a little bit of sense here.
Yeah, you got to switch it up.
And see if you can't find the right formula. 4:29 left, 12-5 Walpole. And those are some big goals there because the Spartans were definitely beginning to find a little bit of groove, but then Walpole pushes back. Let's see, you got Jordan and Naughton on the draw. And Naughton kicks it up. Allie Thompson gets it, keeps possession, and looking for an opening, looking for a play, throws it right to
my God,
Walpole
she
player.
just throws it right into the stick of a Walpole player. Another unforced turnover by Eastland. This is the end here. They're just done. They're just gassed. Absolutely gassed. The turnovers have just been incredibly costly by typically outstanding players. You're just seeing East Longmeadow just throw the ball, throw it away. They've thrown the game away. Not to say Walpole hasn't forced that issue, but these are, I'll call them semi-forced turnovers. It's because of the ongoing pressure of Walpole. But the ball is in the stick of an East Longmeadow player, and we're throwing it kind of away.
I mean, the last couple of possessions where we've had it, we've thrown the ball away, and you just you're at a point in the game where you simply can't do it. It's got to be perfect now.
The ball just needs to. I mean, there's at this point, it's problematic.
It's problematic, but let's see. That's why you keep playing. But look, they're down 8. They're going to need something here. 4:03 left in the quarter. Let's see if Morneau can get that, and she does. Nicely done. And working her way down, makes a spin. Gonna look for a player, and a little too much there. Arms out on Walpole. So Morneau's got it, and gets it into Thompson. Thompson looks around, gets it to Jordan. Jordan, it's a little bunched up there, nowhere to go, so kicks it back out to Morneau.
Yeah, just spread out, leave the spit. Now Whitwer's got to get out of the middle there. Don't.
So Moreno over to Thompson. Thompson makes a move, looks for something. Again, don't force it.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, Allie,
there's nothing there. They are absolutely covering that play. They've watched it on video. So they know that when Thompson gets over there, that they're going to look for Jordan to cut, and they're just right on it. Morneau here.
Morneau makes a move, looks to, and fires it in the top right corner. Goalie had zero chance of making that save. Beautifully done by Megan. 13-6 Spartans. Going to have to build on this. Again, it's you got to put 3 or 4 of these together to get back into it. Still a whole quarter to go, but not making it easy on ourselves here. So, but I think this is the time where, again, Jordan, Morneau are going to have to take over and really sort of keep nudging East Longmeadow forward if they're going to have a chance. Allie Thompson's out of the game right now. Looks like she took a shot to the ribs. And Addie Jordan on the draw with Naughton. Again, every draw becomes that much more important as this game goes on.
I mean, I agree. It's just got to be Jordan Morneau at this point. There's nothing left for East Longmeadow. They've got to just put it in the hands of their best players, let them take the shots and make the goalie make the save. I mean, there, Morneau fired an absolute left-handed sidearm bullet.
Yeah, no chance.
Into the top of the net, and the goalie looked at her stick like, did it go? Where did it come from?
Right.
And I think that's what you just haven't seen that in the game yet. And I think we're gonna hopefully see a little bit more of it. East Longmeadow down 7, and
just grabs that draw. She's been better and better, and we've been trying to find a formula. It's not working. Addie Jordan knocks Naughton out of the and that's the second one on Addie Jordan, right? So is she now?
She's now out of the game.
She's now done.
She's ended her season.
Yeah, that's
second yellow card of the game. When you get 2, you're out for the game.
Not what they needed.
Yeah, just frustrating. A little bit of she's very good on the ride. She's very aggressive, and Just slightly too aggressive right there.
Yeah.
It's her second yellow card.
Yeah.
She'll spend some time in our proverbial yellow chair without the yellow chair. So she's going to sit on the green grass and the cones. And East Long Meadow's defense is absolutely gassed and exhausted and now down a woman.
Yeah.
Morneau out on Naughton here.
Yeah.
And that's wide open.
Fires it over. Chris Howard slips, trying to make up that.
That was wide open.
Wide open, yeah. And just missing that cut right there. Just going to stay with it. So Walpole tries to jump out and then just swings on past her. 14-6 Walpole. 2:07 left in the third. Well,
I have a feeling that we are going to get to the proverbial 10-goal differential. I certainly hope not.
Yeah.
But I just think East Long Meadow, they just look really, really tired on D.
They do. And I think it's just, girls are getting past, they're just beating their players. It's that simple, right? And that's the,
Well, there's really, you got a really gas defense and a woman down.
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, it was probably just a matter of time before
maybe
Walpole was going to get an excellent opportunity. Shot. Yeah. So
Morneau back in the middle on the draw, which I understand and makes sense, especially with Jordan out. But
Jordan's out, Thompson's out.
Up to Whitwer, Mac swipes and misses.
And again, right there, right? That's in Mac Whitwer's stick.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
make that play. Yeah. And that really, that has been the difference today. I mean, they just plays that they were making all year or not.
Yeah.
It's just too easy there, right? And not stepping forward. So 15-6 Walpole, 1:48 left in the third. And this is slipping. Spartans are going to have to do something quick here.
As they say, the water is going down the drain.
Okay.
I don't think that there is,
listen,
we'd like to see a good, we know this, East Long Meadow has grit.
They are going. I was going to say they're not going to go down without fighting, and they need to keep it up.
They are. They're not going to go down, not trying. But this is one at this point. You got a 9-goal differential with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go, with a Walpole team that has been kind of starting since the second half, kind of dominating a little bit on the draw control. That one doesn't go up. That's going to be East Long Meadow ball. Yeah. And Talia Weiss going to get this in the hands of Morneau, who's likely going to pick this up and run it over.
So 1:35 left in the third. Morneau gets past one player, past another. And Walpole, again, keeps on going, makes a move, makes another spin.
That's going to be
space, I believe. Yep.
I mean, I don't understand how we're not getting how these are 12 meters of Morneau. Yeah. I don't think Morneau should pass this. I think she should just literally
fire it. Yeah, I think so too. With her shot, I would fire it.
I'd say just do a fake pass and then cut to the
and then cut in center and then guess not. To Whitwer. Whitwer makes a move, fires it and into the bottom.
Oh, there's a good shot right there by Whitwer. A little low one in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, 15-7 Walpole with 58 seconds.
Coach back home will be happy with that dodge. Ryan Lynch, one of her private coaches from Springfield College, spending some time working with Meg Whitwer and Megan Morneau in the off-season and in the in-season at times. So,
all right,
good shot there by Whitwer. Gets herself in the book in the semifinals of her as a freshman, semifinals of the MIAA Division II, which is very good. Who's Morneau back on the draw? See, last one they had, that was in Whitwer's stick, really. So we'll see.
That's right.
See what happens here.
Yeah. Wouldn't be bad to pick up one more here before the end of the quarter.
Even 2 would be good. Down what? 15 minus 7 is what?
8.
8, down 8.
Math majors out there.
Yeah.
So Morneau flips it up. Let's see if Whitwer can get there. She does. Keeps possession. Making a move. Passes into Calabrese. Calabrese spins. Backhanded Twizzler. Hit the post. Probably not the wisest shot at this point.
I don't know. That's a pretty damn. I got to give her credit there. That was a pretty darn good shot. A Twizzler that hits the post. I mean, that
Yeah.
thing could have just as easily gone in.
It could have, for sure. Right, wide open there, right down the middle, and pass across, see if it's going to get out of bounds.
It is not
It's
going to
not
get
going
out
to
of
get out of
bounds.
bounds. Naughton picks it up with 25 seconds left in the quarter. See if the Spartans can hold here. This is an important one to hold. Morneau pops out on 27. Hannah Taft on 17. Jill Stevens on number 3. Always cutting through. Snakes right around and just went right around Jill Stevens and in the bottom corner of the net there. That's a tough one. 5 seconds left in the quarter. 16-7 Walpole. That is not what the Spartans needed for sure.
No, I mean, the defense is tired. They haven't really had a stop yet either. I don't think, honestly, I can't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a stop here. Kind of as the game has progressed, they're just tired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they're winning the one-on-ones, right? I mean, that's what it's coming down to right now. Is that whether we're gassed or what, their athleticism is winning the day at the moment. So 5 seconds left. Probably not getting a whole lot before the end of this quarter.
I'm going to go with this isn't going to make it into an offensive zone, but we'll see.
And flipped out. Thompson picks it up, and nope. And Morneau has it. She tosses it up, and that's the end of the third quarter with Walpole ahead 16-7. One more quarter left to see what the Spartans can muster here.
And we will be back in 2 minutes. We are back, 12 minutes remaining. Coach Moses gathering the troops in there to try to finish out this season strong. Make sure that she gets a solid performance out of everybody on the field. I have little doubt that that's what we're going to see. Walpole coming out with a decisive 9-goal lead going into the fourth quarter. Looks like they have, not going to say the game's over because I'm announcing, but it looks like Walpole is likely going to be matching up against Notre Dame Hingham for a rematch of a game earlier in the season that was dominated by, I believe anyway, it was dominated by Notre Dame Hingham, who beat Hingham today.
I believe it was 15-5 is what they had said.
15-5, a 10-goal differential. And here we go. We've got Megan Morneau on the draw again, Kenna Marino and Allie Thompson on the circle. be nice for East Meadow to just finish this out and have a good, solid quarter, and maybe finish out a great season with a great last quarter performance. See what they can do here. Ball is in the sticks. Referee blows the whistle. It goes up in the air, and it is
and knocked around, and Walpole comes away with it, and they've won so many of those balls today. That's been a huge difference in this game, is they beat us to most of these open balls. Players kind of wide open there down on the baseline. Morneau goes and picks her up. Moreno cuts her off. Looks like the Spartans are going to just press. I think Morneau knocked that away cleanly, but she's clearly not. So,
I don't think Morneau's happy with that call, but I think they're going to try to, do what they can here to get possessions and try to.
I think Moses, without question, said this is, full on, full throttle every minute. You got 12 left, so get after it. And they're obviously going to be content to just burn some clock and play around with it. So it's like the Spartans are going to have to, at some point, start moving on out.
This is really, it's a little bit disappointing out of Walpole right now to kind of play like this right now at this stage of the game with 12 minutes remaining. I mean, they're up by 9 goals. I mean, they really they can play lacrosse. This is
looks like the Spartans are gonna they got to come out on them and go guns blazing here. So, but the rest of the players got to step out here. It can't just be one or two girls.
I think they're trying to force the ball to go. They got. I mean, I don't know.
No, they're gonna just take their time. And be
this is really boring. It's really. I just hate that. This is why I will say this while we're kind of here chatting a little bit. We can talk about some of the changes that need to be implemented in high school lacrosse, which is exactly this. And in college lacrosse, where many of these girls are going to end up going and playing, not all of them, but certainly some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'd rather, it's really boring to watch. I mean, you just saw there that was an over 2 minute basically possession with kind of nothing happening.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the 2 minute shot clock. I think is probably about right for high school. But they do need to implement one, because otherwise what you see is this exactly that. Now they're just going to throw the ball around, and now we've got a kind of a running clock, which is maybe what the coach wanted. But that rule really does need to change so that you don't get teams and coaches doing things that really aren't. They're not beneficial to the development of the game for high school players to have holding the ball for 3 minutes. And in all fairness, East Long Meadow did it last game. They held the ball for 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes at the end of the game. Right. And it was kind of ugly to watch, even though it was an effective strategy. Yeah, right. But you're playing by the rules that are in front of you. And I think they need to change that rule and have. Yeah. And
nice play there by Whitwer to knock it free up to Morneau, back to Whitwer. Whitwer coming down, makes a move.
And Whitwer needs to slow down here.
And she's going to fire it in, and nice goal there from Whitwer.
I guess she doesn't need to slow it down. I guess not when you're down by 10 goals. Yeah, you're probably right. Just get in there and fire it, and that's what she did. So
right.
Probably the right thing to do.
And that was a nice goal. And I think the goalie looked right into the sun on that one too. It's right in her eyes. But hey, I'm not taking anything away from Whitwer. That was exactly what
I'm not. I'm not really gonna. I'd be willing to bet you.
Yeah.
If we go back and look at the stats to shots on goal, East Long Meadow has 8 goals.
Yeah.
I bet you they have maybe 10 shots on goal total.
Could be.
I think they're scoring an extremely high percentage of shots that are on goal.
Yeah.
They just haven't had any
possession. Oh, and we're back to the turnovers, right? They're basically. You're back to possessions and turnovers.
Yeah.
That's So.
I mean, honestly, I think you just let them score here. Just let them go in and score.
Why?
Why not?
Well, because you can get a turnover and keep playing hard. That's what I would do.
I don't know. This is so boring.
Well, what I would be doing is everybody gets a man. Everybody's out on them here. And if you get beat one-on-one, you get beat one-on-one.
Yeah, see, Marino needs to be back there.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I think I don't know. That's what I would think to do is to, just man up and have, get on it. And if you get beat, you get beat, you know. Little pick set there by Walpole. 7:54 left, 17-8 Walpole. It's passed, doesn't make the move in. They're clearly content to just take their time and
stay right on her.
Yep. So, and she gets past her, long strides. And,
This is going to be awful.
Yeah, well, and so.
I mean, this is awful for the viewers to be spending this kind of time.
Yeah. And
yeah, I mean,
close,
at least that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you get in there and you're up by 9 goals, shoot the ball.
Yeah. Well,
there's no sense for her to not shoot that ball.
All right, timeout by Spartans with 7:14 left, 18-8 Walpole.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 2-minute break here. I'm not, I'd be encouraging just letting them score as opposed to running around and chasing it. Just let the ball go in the net if we don't get a possession, because it actually shortens the clock. You get a chance to win the draw, and at least you're getting some offense. Otherwise, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. It's clear they're not even going to shoot. Actually, the clock is running, so it almost.
Well, at this point, yeah, right.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I will say it's been a great season with you.
It has.
In the booth. I'm glad that we were able to get an opportunity to co-host a state tournament game.
Yeah.
It's certainly not the result that we wanted, but it was nice of LCAT and Jamie Rook to make the long journey out here all the way to Natick to film this game, especially for the seniors who will, in all likelihood, and this is going to be their last high school game of their career, and to be able to have the high quality production video of LCAT and Jamie Rook as opposed to what we might otherwise get, which is nothing, or some of these other networks. It's really going to be special. And while they may not want to go back and watch it for the result, they may want to go back and watch it just for 1 or 2 good plays or to get a clip of something from their last high school game. It's always something that's memorable. In this case, probably not a great memory for them, but the experience for them has been great. The community support has been great.
It really
and honestly,
has.
just to get here, the challenge just to get here through this Division II, which is absolutely stacked this year because a lot of teams from Division I kind of snuck their way back down into Division II. Just to get here has been an incredible accomplishment for the East Long Meadow Spartans, their coaching staff, the athletic department, Kevin McGee, the superintendent, just everybody who has supported East Long Meadow girls lacrosse from the high school level all the way down to the kids, Addie Jordan, and other people who are heavily involved in youth lacrosse in East Long Meadow.
Listen, I know they had a goal to try to win the state championship, but there isn't one person on this team that ought to have their head down right now because they've had a tremendous season. It's not where you wanted to get to, but nonetheless, really, they are, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch them play and a joy to sort of see how hard they work and the fact that they really are a team, and they played that way all year. I've watched a lot of my kids' games. I've watched a lot of my kids play on different teams, and this one was very unique. And so kudos to them. And, I hope they can get the draw here and try to make this closer. But I
mean, it's not even, they're just dominating the draw right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even look like, honestly, I'm not sure if they're even using a draw stick.
So everybody up on a player and, we'll see how we do. But Moses is pulling everybody up to the line there as close as they can get to try to disrupt whatever they can. And
slash.
So Grace Howard pursuing, just going to play keep away.
Yeah, it's really, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just incredibly boring.
And we've got something. I don't know what the call is.
Offsides?
Maybe. it's very unclear what the call is at the moment. It looks like it's going to be Spartans ball. It'd be nice if somebody would decipher something. And so now what? We have no idea what's going on here. One ref was saying, I thought she was saying, I just don't know what the call was. It's just sort of all over the place here. And there's no clarity at all right now. So we're going to have to wait.
They're trying to figure it out. It could be.
We're waiting.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. They're up by 10 goals. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Do you really need to be doing this? Like just passing the ball all around for 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. It's not like there's going to be a comeback.
No.
I mean, play lacrosse.
No. So it's still, we don't really have much clarity on what the call was here. But it's being sent down to the Walpole player who is on the goal line behind the net. And it's obviously Walpole's ball. I don't really know why or what, and there was no explanation given. So, and we now have. So in it goes. Jenna Holly's not in the net. So.
Yeah, they try to double. It's the play to do. You try. You have the goalie go out and play a person. You try to double team somebody and cause a turnover, which is the right. That is the play.
Yeah.
And to Walpole's credit, they did throw the ball in the net.
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, I think should be. If East Long Meadow doesn't get the ball, it really should be the last possession. Probably hold the ball and just let this clock run down and call it a season, and go from there.
Yeah. Well. Lots to build on, Bo. Just to think going forward for the Spartans, they've got quite a few solid players to pick up the mantle from Morneau and the other seniors who are.
You got Morneau, you got Thompson, you got Taft, you've got Weiss. Yeah. I'm sure that I'm not even coming close to getting them all. I know that there are plenty. There are plenty.
Yep, and. But you've got Moreno, who's going to be back next year. You got Addie Jordan, who's going to be back next year. You got Matt Whitmore, who's going to be back next year. So
you have plenty. You got
talent.
You got plenty of lots of talented players.
Yeah, Jenna Holly will be back for another year.
Absolutely.
So, a lot there, and again, really amazing season for them. I know it's not where they wanted. I know they're not going to be satisfied, but you got to also look at. As you said, one of the toughest divisions in the state when it comes to lacrosse. So Walpole continues to just burn some clock here, flipping it around.
So boring. It really is just incredibly boring to watch this kind of play and behavior. And this is exactly why. This is exactly why MIAA, why you need to implement some rules so that this type of lacrosse doesn't happen, because this is not doing anything for the development of the game of lacrosse for the players. And this is kind of what happens right there. You're going to call a penalty, and it is a penalty.
Yeah.
But this is what happens. I mean, this should not be happening with 6 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah.
There needs to be a 2 minute, needs to be some type of 2 minute or some type of minute on a shot clock, so that the game can be. It actually takes kind of the fun out of the game and the spirit out of the game to be doing this. I mean, here we go, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
And I don't even like.
So, as Walpole continues just to draw the clock down, we're just going to have to watch them do it, because that's kind of the deal here. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how the game between Walpole and NDA Hingham goes.
Well, Notre Dame's got a lot of talent on their team.
Yeah.
A lot of offensive firepower. They're incredibly well coached.
Yeah. So Walpole holding 3:20 left in the quarter, in the game, in the season for the Spartans. And obviously a very frustrating way to end. And I'm sure they're, feeling it, but continuing to try to play this out. And Naughton just tosses it in the goal with 3 minutes left, 20-8 Walpole, as the clock will continue to burn. In some ways, mercifully, sadly.
Definitely mercifully.
So
20-8. Very great game by Walpole. An excellent game.
Yeah.
They played outstanding. It looks
Yeah.
like
looks
coach
like
is going to make some substitutions
so
here.
Ashley Beek into the game, Jill Stevens into the game for Grace Howard. Looks like Miana Calabrese is coming out for Grace Raypold. So 2:20 left. See if we can get the draw here and try to put one in the back of the net before the season ends. So Morneau on the draw with Naughton. And flipped up and Walpole's possession. So 1:53 left in the game. Again, gonna play the keep away cat and mouse game for another minute and a half here. And Spartans keep trying to knock the ball clear away, fighting to the end, which is what you would expect from this team and this coach. And we've got what? Shooting space? What? I'm not sure what that call was.
Offsides.
That was offsides. Okay. So 1:15 left. And this could be the longest minute in girls high school lacrosse history.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Sometimes words aren't really helpful. So we'll just
No,
let
we're
this
going
go.
to let this one wind down.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
Ashley Beek almost picked that one
Yeah,
off.
almost grabbed that one.
Yeah.
Looked like it got a little close anyway.
So
Just Walpole was just a better team today. A little too tough.
and I
Just a-
think the Spartans got out of sorts, and it really cost them, and it really, they just never got into their game, and that was the bottom line. Is
Absolutely.
And amazingly, they were only down a couple goals early, despite how poorly they had played, and so
Yeah, they had a chance and then
Yeah.
just continued. Well, Josh, it's been great. Thank you again.
yes. Thank you,
And
Jeff.
the end of the season is winding down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Season over. Congratulations to East Long Meadow making the semifinals. I'm sure they're disappointed, but will
Congratulations to
Josh
Walpole as
maybe be
well.
back next year?
Absolutely.